Welcome back, guys, to the second episode of Kade Talks Tanks. I apologize for the gap in between this episode and the original one, but we're back, and I got a couple good ones scheduled out over the next couple of weeks. This video is over the IS-2. It is a Tier 7 Chinese heavy tank, and honestly, it is not very good. Its gun is mediocre, probably a bit worse than the IS, and its armor profile is also similar to the IS tank, but I would have to say that the turret is slightly weaker due to a larger cupola, and I just tend to get penned more through the turret. Now, this game is on desert sands, and I like this position just simply because it allows you to hit the guy as he comes around the corner right where I'm looking right now. Currently, I'm struggling with the gun depression on this tank because it is very bad. Abysmal, really. I don't know the exact stats, but it is absolutely nothing to be happy about. So far in this game, we are waiting, and it does not seem to be anybody coming around that corner. So we're going to push up. We know that there's at least two guys on this side of the map, probably more. Stir a meal, and then the IS there. Both of them are low HP, so I'm pretty happy pushing into them. However, I have to be careful because if there are other tanks over here, it could get dicey. There's the SU-152. Gonna come around the corner, finish off the stir meal. Tiger P does it first, so we're gonna keep on pushing. Try an angle here to the IS, get a bounce. He does. So now we're going to focus down the SU because he can absolutely destroy us with his gun. Luckily, he bounces and tracks us only. So we're going to keep on pushing and get a second shot into him. Going to make sure to aim this one, get it nice, and then the SU's going to finish off. Right now we're angling to the AMX over there. He fired once and hit us. So we're going to get a shot on him. He'll miss us. And we're just going to keep on playing this position, waiting for him to peek again while we reload. Why this guy isn't taking advantage of his clip, I have no idea. But he seems to think that that tank is a single shot gun. Now we're going to move up, try and get the flank on this IS over here, while also not getting hit by the AMX 5100. Gonna try and finish off the IS, get an incredibly low roll, unlucky there. And then keep on driving forward to try and take as few shots as possible from the AMX. Gonna ram the IS, try and get some damage. Didn't happen. That was a little bit disappointing. Finish off the IS and push around on the AMX. Only two guys left on the enemy team. This is probably going to be my last shot of damage. Gonna make sure it goes in. And that is game. Pretty easy game. Nothing really special, but we have some good ones coming up. Gonna do 2k damage, second class mastery, top of the team. Their CDC played well. Now we're moving on to Black Goldville. Big players in this game are going to be their Rheinmetall Borsig from Cursed, and we also have this T-34 next to us, who is also a solid player. As usual, going to take the right side of the map because the left is generally not viable in a random battle. In a tournament, it's more likely to be used, but still not necessarily the best. So we're going to push up over here. The RU and the other light tanks seem to be hanging back. Not sure what that's about, but we're going to continue on. Coming over this ridge, make sure that you are always careful to watch the bush in front of you, as there might be tanks in it. And I get lit from somebody in that bush. Right now I'm hoping it's not the Borsig, and it is. He hits me in pens. I miss because of this tank's abysmal accuracy. On the move, you are not going to hit anything. Looking for a shot into the T-32. Gun depression is bad, so not gonna even try for that. Gonna risk a shot into this T-49. That misses and he gets finished off by the 34. Looking for the prototype. He's behind a rock though. See the Comet. See if I can pull off another shot like the other one. Not gonna happen. Waiting for the prototype to push up. Bulldog comes through. Shot goes into the ground. Very disappointing. But this tank is not accurate. You cannot rely on the gun to hit shots. I was hoping that that Bulldog would pop up right there, but that did not happen. Maybe the 32 will come up, so I start to pull back, but then I notice this KV-3 push up and put a shot into him. Pull back, because I know that that guy's coming around on the left, so I have to be very careful in this position. I don't know where the Bulldog is. He might come over that ridge at any point in time. Gonna put another shot into this KV-3. Making sure that it doesn't bounce, aiming it in. Pulling back to keep my eye on that T-32, just in case he pushes up. It looks like he might hear. And he is, so I'm gonna be able to put a shot into him. I also end up tracking him. And then I pull forward, because that guy is going to die. I see the Bulldog, pull back a little bit, because I'm not reloaded. Gonna come up, load heat, because that's a T-28 prototype. Make sure it goes in, aim above the tracks. And then I see the Borsig coming, pushing me, so I get ready for him. Him coming over this ridge, probably not the smartest decision, but clearly he wanted to finish me off. He does. However, it's looking pretty good for us now as he dies almost immediately after trading out. I'm going to have a little bit of talk with him, essentially telling him that he should have stayed back and that pushing me was not a very smart decision. He absolutely could have won the game had he played it slower and maybe come around the corner and killed our SU. But this is pretty much game over at this point. 3v1. And essentially we're just waiting for our AMX to hunt down their Bulldog, who happens to be on very low HP, less than 100. That T-34 played pretty well. Once again, I'm talking to the Borsig, telling me shoulda waited. Pushing over that ridge up against me was probably not the smartest decision, and the AMX is going to finish off the Bulldog right there. And so, now we'll go to the battle results screen. Did almost 2k damage. Not bad. The guy from Legend did solid. Borsig carried, he did 4k. Respect to him. And now we are on to Himmelsdorf. This game is a very good game. It was insane, and definitely the highlight of these 5 games. So we're going to start that out like normal. Going to take the right side because we're in a heavy. And essentially wait for them to push us so that we can farm off. Going to come up to this mound of dirt right here on the left and go hold down and aim at that corner and wait for them to come. Gonna wait. VK peeks around, a little bit of lag there on the replay, but he pulled out and I put a shot into him. So immediately after that I'm looking, maybe we'll push, and I decide to move up. We'll see if that VK pokes again. He does. Hit him again. A little bit more lag. Don't know what that's from. And he's all the way down to under 100 HP within a minute of the game starting. So we're going to move up here, hopefully not get shot by the Tiger P. Very strong tank at tier 7. But we're just going to play it safe. We can trade with him if need be. We need to make sure that the shot goes into his lower plate, because without aiming that, there's a high chance that it'll bounce. Just waiting on the reload, seeing our KV-2 push up. We might push up with him, which we do. He stops to aim at the SU. He bounces. I go around to try and get another shot into him. I managed to get a shot into the SU. Tiger P bounces. There's a little bit of side scraping there. Gonna pull forward to let this VK get in, and then we're gonna side scrape off of this wall so that the Tiger P can't hit us. And then gonna put one into him. Happy with that trade. 400 damage for 250. Gonna take that almost every single time, especially against a Tiger P. Very strong tank. If I can get that out, there's a much higher chance of winning. So we are one tank down currently. Gonna pull forward, put a shot into this ARL. He's gonna pull back. He's not gonna be a problem for a little bit. And right now I can see the SU flanking around behind. Hopefully our KV2 friend behind us will deal with him. But I'm gonna pull back anyways, just in case these guys decide to push. Gonna hit him and immediately pop adrenaline, because I have a feeling that they're all gonna push me at this point. And if they do, it could end very badly. Gonna look at this corner. Nobody wants to peek it, which is okay. Now it is a 3v5. HP on my team is not looking very hot. I'm mostly full HP. The KV2 does end up finishing off the SU. And so I'm hoping that I'll be able to take the opposing KV2. More lag there. Was able to get that shot into the lower plate of the Tiger P. Gonna drive forward, avoid that shot from the KV1S. Not going to push the Tiger P because I realize that the KV2 is coming around, and the KV2 does get finished off by the Tiger P. Gonna bait the shot from the KV2 into my tracks, making the HE roll low, only with 200 damage. I know that I have the reload on him, so I just push. Get him between me and the KV1S. Gonna pull back. We're already at 4k damage almost. This is looking to be an amazing game in a 1v3 situation. And we're just going to try and finish off this KV1S as fast as possible before the Tiger P and the ARL have a chance to come around behind me. Notice how I do pull around this corner, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to spot the Tiger P before he's able to get a shot into me. That shot bounced. Very unlucky. He decides to fire HE for some reason, which is very confusing. The Tiger P gets lit up behind me, so immediately we push forward into this guy. Put one into the turret. Side hugging this guy, driving back and forward to make sure that he misses. He probably will have the reload on us, but we're going to keep on pulling backwards to try and put as much distance between these guys as we possibly can. ARL fires, and now I'm down to very low HP. One shot from either of these tanks will be able to finish me. With both of them at relatively high HP, it's looking pretty dire. I'm able to get a clutch bounce off of my turret from the ARL. He is running probably the stock gun, maybe the second gun. So I am very happy. Right there I tried to block it with my gun, and it did work. He damaged my gun, but bounced. Very unlucky for the Tiger P. He bounces off the front of my tank because I'm able to reverse just in time. And I'm going to load HE and look through the turret of this ARL. Shot goes in and kills him. And right there we have the 5th place damage global in this tank. An insane game. Even though I was top tier, it was still... You can see by me scrolling through the amount of medals that I got that I am very happy with this result. A steel wall, high caliber, Kolobanov's medal with a mastery. And now we're on to the next game on Faust. We are low tier, and they have a VK100 as well as a guy from Markovim, so I have to be careful. Both of them are top tier if I want to play this well. We're going to go straight to the spotting bush up here to try and get a spot on the cap area in Supremacy. See if they cross underneath their bridge. Now, you might not have noticed this, but as you can see, my reload on this tank is slowly getting faster every single game. This tank was probably about 90% crew when I recorded these. And so it is by no means a fully maxed out tank. It doesn't even have the full engine or tracks. So We're performing with a slightly worse than normal IS-2. However, the gun and turret are still the exact same as you would get on a fully upgraded IS-2. So far, it doesn't seem that anybody's crossing, so I'm going to pull forward to see if I can spot anybody on the right side. I don't. So we're going to pull back into this little dip. I do spot the VK. Don't have the gun depression to put a shot into him. And I immediately pull backwards. Right here, I am in a very, very slight dip to where pretty much everybody on their team is only going to be able to hit me in the turret, highly reducing the chance that they're going to be able to hit me. Now I'm reversing out of the dip and behind this building to be prepared for when they come inevitably on my right side. Gonna try and get a shot into this super Pershing as he pushes forward. It is not going to happen. So we're gonna pull forward maybe. See if we can get a shot on any of these guys when they decide to cross. Super Pershing is going to peek. Gonna fire, miss that shot, sadly. At this point, we're just waiting for the reload, and then we're gonna peek out, maybe put a shot into the Comet, or one of the other tanks below him. Gonna look here. I'm definitely gonna focus the VK-100. Gonna load heat, go through his turret. A reasonably lucky shot when it comes to RNG. Once again, I'm using this dip right here to be hold down. He bounces off of my side. The opposing IS-2 does not stick around. I'm gonna put a shot into the super Pershing. Once again, I'm happy with that kind of trade. That amount of damage is absolutely one that I'm willing to take. Right there, I reversed, knowing that the VK-100 had just fired on me and would not be reloaded for another couple of seconds, and took the opportunity to get back into better cover. Right now I'm calling for help because I noticed that about 4 of my tanks on my team are down in the enemy spawn, and only 3 of us are holding this line right now. Their IS-2 did push back around, so right now it does seem to be a 3v2, which is nice. However, the AMX on my left is AFK at the moment, and the VK decides to try and farm him, which is not a very good decision in this case. That shot bounces off his inside of his track, and so we're going to pull back around this corner. He will not push us, and we'll continue to try and get that. We're going to load heat to go through his lower plate. We do. And now he decides to push us. We're going to pull back around this corner to try and draw out his shot. He does. He rolls very low for that gun. Or maybe he fired HE. Honestly, I don't know how he did that low damage. But regardless, we're going to push forward. He's reloaded before us. I'm going to bait the shot into the wall by reversing just before he fires. And then we're going to finish him off. Now we have the Comet and the Super Pershing over here. Going to try and finish off the Super Pershing. Went to heat, tried to go through his turret. Doesn't help, sadly. Comet bounces, Super Pershing comes. Going to pull back. Get the reload, and then we will push forward and see who we can get a shot into. Comet is going to come around though. Not a very intelligent decision on his part. It's going to allow us to get a shot into him. And once again, we're waiting on the reload. Gonna start pushing forward because this AMX loaded back in, or whatever, and is now not AFK. He's going to finish off the Super Pershing, surprisingly, even though he only has 20 HP. And he will get finished off by the Comet. We push up, kill the Comet, pretty simple, turn around, and look for the enemy IS-2. He's currently in a 1v1 with the AT-15. He bounced one shot. And so I try to get a shot through there. Goes extremely high and to the right. Probably was never going to hit, but I did take my chance. Now I will be reloaded to be able to finish him off as he crosses, as long as I do not bounce. Gonna hit him, kill him, and good game with 2.5k damage. Here's the battle results screen. Second class mastery, 3 kills. Pretty good result for a tier 7 tank. They're VK101. Not a very good player. Good sportsmanship, though. Did send me a GG afterwards. And now, we are on to the last battle. Going into this one, I had a mysterious feeling that it was not going to be as good of a game as my previous 2 games. But I still played it anyway. Tried my hardest. And actually came out with a solid result. We're going to push up on the right side even though our TDs seem to be wanting to go left. Simply because I enjoy this side of the map more. And I tend to be able to play these ridgelines to the left and this bush on the right quite well. Especially at lower tiers. Gonna peek out here, see if we can get a shot into anyone. There does not seem to be anyone there. Oh, there's a T-44. Gonna put a shot into him. He tries to shoot us back, but bounces off the T-54 Mod 1. Disappointing result for him. 1375 comes around the corner. Gonna be reloaded in a second. Gonna try and put a shot in. It does go in. He's very low. Probably will die to that T-32. And now we wait. Right now it looks like it's going to be a 6v7 on this side of the map, as there is only one red tank on the opposing side with the 2 TDs. So we're going to have to work pretty hard and put in a lot of shots to make this happen well. That shot bounces off the rear of the Tankenstein turret. Both unlucky RNG and just bad aiming on my part. Gonna try and put a shot into the enemy KV2 or IS-2 who is over there on the other side. It's not going to happen. He's too far back. And now we wait for them to push because they've already taken one of our tanks. Looks like the Tankenstein wants to come around that way. Gonna put a shot into him. That misses. Gonna pull forward to try and get him to miss his shell. He does not even shoot. This Bulldog decides to rush me. Pens the first shot. I'll be reloaded in a second and be able to put a shot into him. It goes into his tracks and into the ground underneath his tank. Incredibly bad RNG on that. But he runs directly into the Tiger P. I try to shoot the SU-152, but the Bulldog does get in the way. I'll still take it. Now, I try to see if I have a shot on that IS-2. Try and help my TD. I don't. Gonna try and put a shot into the cupola of that VK100. And then we're going to push over. Going to try to finish off the SU-152. Tiger P is going to shoot first, take the kill. Here we have a bit of a misplay on my part. I kind of got in this 54's way. And probably should have just reversed at this point. Somehow going to bounce off the top of his tank and then ricochet off of his turret. No idea how that shell did not pen, but it just didn't. And now it's clean up 5v2. Gonna come around on the backside of this Tankenstein, put a shot in, it hits him, and now we're going to keep on pushing. He finishes off the T-32, but it doesn't really matter at this point. It's GG. I'm full HP, and I'm confident that I will be able to kill him. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in today for the second episode of Kade Talks Tanks, and I will see you guys next time.